Inspired by this Lego set, I am 3D printing the parts to build myself a castle at a 20-to-1 ratio. That's 8,000 times the volume of this one here. If you're new here, let's see what I've already built. I'm following along with the instructions of the official version of this castle, and so far I've gotten up to about step 9. I've printed out a bunch of parts that still need to be assembled, so it's time to put them together so we can then put them on the castle where they belong. Some of these pieces are really quick to print, but some of them, like these wall panels, are made up of dozens of smaller pieces that have to be assembled. And of course, every piece needs the studs on top, which just twist into place. Making progress on the new steps, I've got 6 more wall panels that I have to put up. This time they're not on the ground floor, they're going to be up on the next level. Very excited for today because not only are we just adding more to the castle, we are taking it to the next level, and I mean that quite literally. We're going up. We're gonna have walls that are above my head, and I'm so excited to see what it feels like to be
inside this building, not just like next to walls.
Gonna be very cool. We also got a few other little things we're gonna throw in there, like maybe a horse for our mega figure. See how that looks. All right, I have continued to print out some floor pieces, and I'm, not gonna get everything filled in today, but it's time to fill it in a little bit more than it is right now. So I'm gonna just place some of these down, and we'll start adding bricks on top of them. Over the course of this whole castle project, I've spent hours designing, printing, tweaking parts, and even a small upgrade in my workflow can make a really big difference, which is why I want to highlight the sponsor of today's video, Opera, which is an amazing browser that helps me stay focused and just make this 3D printed castle even better. Opera genuinely feels like it's built for creators and builders. Let me show you what I mean.
What first impressed me was Aria, Opera's free built-in AI tool.
I know AI is everywhere, but I use this straight from the command line. There's no need to open a new tab or anything and interrupt what I'm working on. With just a shortcut that's Control/, I can just ask it anything about my research. So for expanding my block designs, if I want a decorative element, I can type into the prompt, create an image of a Lego style piece in the shape of a plant. And in seconds, I have a generated image that helps me build out more parts for this and future projects. As a quick test of Aria's photo recognition feature, I did drop in a picture of me with my mega figure holding a castle, and it instantly recognized what was going on and described it to me. I thought that was pretty cool. So Opera's tab islands are a big lifesaver. You just drag one tab over another and just boom, they get grouped, and I can collapse them if it's not something I'm working on right now. But what really takes it to the next level is tab commands through Aria. Sometimes I'm deep into online research and my tab chaos starts building up. Instead of manually closing or bookmarking everything, I can actually just type a quick command like close all YouTube tabs or save all CAD tabs as bookmarks into Aria, and it's done. Also, the split screen feature, I love it. So let's say I'm just comparing a couple products, trying to figure out which one is best for me. I can just open both pages in the same window side by side. And one of my favorite details is the video pop out. Sometimes I'll be watching a teardown or tutorial while tweaking a design. I can just pull the video out, move it wherever I need, even outside of the browser, and keep working, so it's perfect for multitasking without losing focus. And then this one's more of just like a personal preference thing, but I am kind of big on workspace vibes, so Opera lets me fully customize the look and feel. So they got, you know, themes and colors, even browser sounds. I personally don't like to have my screen like blaring at me with visuals, so I like to keep it dimmer. I'm really liking the dark Aurora theme. So yeah, Opera's not just faster or safer, it's actually smarter for people like us who need more than a basic browser, and it is totally free. Go try it out now. You can use my link down in the description. Back to some assembly. Eventually the whole floor will get covered in the green panels, but because they aren't necessary for building the rest of the castle, they kind of get low priority. Assembling this, it's a 4x10 panel. That is the most pieces that have gone into a single plate so far, because you've got 40 of the main panels and then of course the 40 studs that go on top. Well, it's a very big piece. Yeah, I think this is like the most surface area of any piece I've put together yet. So time to see how this does when I attach it to the rest of the set. You have 2 of these. I think I am missing a piece in there. Hang on. There we go. I think this all needs to be supported first. Yeah, I need a 4x1 brick. Hey, look at that. We got something of a platform going on. I like it. Also, this makes our jail cell much more effective with a roof. So I have a platform, and I've done some strength testing. I did some in, I think, video 2, where I tried to see how much weight a platform could hold if I were to maybe stand on it. And with these plates, I didn't have a result I was really happy with. In fact, I cracked a plate like in half by trying to stand on it. This is the one that cracked, and it didn't just crack, it tore the plastic apart. That's not terribly surprising. I have been focusing almost entirely on how to print these pieces fast and lightweight, and I've done a good job with that, I think. I'm only printing 2 walls thick and like a 5% adaptive cubic infill. For people who 3D print, you know what that means. It's very light, but it's not particularly strong in anything except a directly straight down direction. So when it's holding my weight and flexing, popped right apart, and it didn't have to be spread very far before it did that. So I've been experimenting with ways to strengthen it. This piece here is my stronger version. The first thing I did was increase the infill percent, and instead of having 2 perimeter walls, it has 4. So that's, you know, twice as much. That should give some strength. But you can also see these holes in the sides. More importantly, there are holes in this side. Those holes actually run all the way through, and you can see right there, right at the end, that green circle, that's a piece of fiberglass rebar. That fiberglass rebar, there's 2 of them. They are running all the way down. Woo! This whole thing. So it is considerably heavier, but it is also quite a bit stronger. I was able to stand on this on the ends, and it creaked and it bent, made awful cracking noises, but it didn't actually break anywhere. I don't see where the damage is, and for the most part, it has held itself together. But I'm not really thrilled with how flexible it is. It's also quite a bit heavier. I'm okay with the extra weight if it needs to happen, but I do think there are some of these platforms, at least, I'm gonna want to be able to stand on, like the main one at the top of the tall tower, what I've all done. I kind of want to be up there. So I'm experimenting with this design of adding supports into it. This one I'm not terribly happy with. It's a great improvement, but it's not there yet. So I have reached out to some people who know a little bit more about 3D printing strength, and I think in the next video I'll maybe see if they want to do a call and talk me through trying a few things, see if they've got setting ideas that could really take this to the next level, that'll let it hold my weight with confidence instead of abject terror, which is about where it is right now. A huge and amazing thank you shout out to all of our supporters over on Patreon. Your support genuinely means the world to us and lets us keep making these awesome videos. An extra special thank you shout out to our top supporters and to those who are new since our last video. installing pieces and then double checking the instructions to make sure I didn't do it wrong. Pieces like this support pillar are fun because there's only one in the entire set. Look at that, nice and supported. Wow, excellent. Yeah. Platform with some storage space underneath. These are just bricks that I haven't actually used on anything yet. And I'm gonna keep using that for storage. All right, I got a few more bricks I can put together here. Always a fun time. More studs, so I have stuff to attach to. Oh, it's a little terrifying being up here. Not like in a fear of heights type of way, but more of in a I sure hope this is as stable as I think it is way. I have to be careful where I stand. Like right now, my right foot is just like on a wall. I don't even mean a wall piece. I just mean pieces built up. So I'm confident in that being stable. My back foot is on like the actual wall panel pieces and they should be strong enough to hold me, but it's still a little nerve-wracking to be around up here. Whew. Now, if you love this project and you want to be more involved, the best way to do that is through Discord. I have a Discord and there are channels in it specifically about this project. So if you have ideas or questions about it, that's a great place to go. So the link for that is down in the description. We would love to have you there. If you're a fan of science, technology, building, and making stuff, or if you're a fan of YouTubers who do science, technology, building, or making stuff, you should come to Open Sauce. That's going to be July 18th, 19th, and 20th. There is going to be so many cool people there. There's going to be so many cool exhibits. You absolutely should make your way out. It's going to be in San Mateo, California, and if you haven't got tickets yet, you should get them now. It's going to be so fun. If you feel like you really need to get more of this castle project, you should consider joining my amazing supporters over on Patreon. I've got several tiers of it with different rewards, and I post a lot of extra stuff there. I do behind the scenes footage, Q&A stuff, and I'm gonna be posting an extended version of this video along with a bunch of my others. I do post stuff for both my paid supporters and the free supporters on Patreon, so whatever you can do will help. It really makes a big difference in making these videos to have people who are supporting me on Patreon. I could not keep this going without you guys, so I really appreciate it, and I ask you to consider joining. This is a horse, of course. It's in pieces right now. So I did design this, and again, because I'm limited by the size of printer, it's in a lot of pieces, and I don't have any of the locking mechanisms on these pieces. They're all just loose, and so I am going to be using glue to put this together. Will that get changed later? Maybe, maybe not, I don't know. The horse isn't exactly necessary for structural integrity anywhere in the building, so it might just get put together however I put it together.
Do not know if I'll be able to slide that over the tape or if it's just going to be too tight and tear the tape up. Oh, slides over that much tape, okay. Will it fit over one more layer? Yeah. Fit but snug. Maybe it'll even be snug enough. Stop it from rotating. Head holds itself up just with friction. Ah, that tape trick is great. All right, I'm not going to be gluing the two halves of the horses together because that's how they're attached in the normal little version. They're just pressure fit together. It's good enough for the regular. It's good enough for me. Now, this tail does need to get attached, and gotta figure out where exactly the plastic's actually touching it. It's not a perfect sculpt, you gotta understand, so it's just kind of right there and right there. The horse's butt. Maybe that's why. Maybe it needs to be down a little lower to match the curve. Yeah, that's part of it. The problem is left butt sticks out too much. His right butt doesn't stick out enough. He lacks some details. There's no color in his mane. He doesn't have a bridle or an eye, and technically this little piece of plastic is missing, and I'll try and either find or reprint that and add it to him later. But the important thing is that I have a horse, and he looks good, and he does the posable neck thing, which I'm very excited about. I also expect if I do that too much, it'll wear through the tape and stop working, but for now it works, so it's great. I think we need to put him in the castle and see how he feels at home. Maybe even give him a rider, even though he doesn't have a saddle yet. All right, well, I don't know if you remember from last video, but this guy's hips are actually too wide for him to properly stand on stuff, but we're just gonna set him in the horse, and even if his feet don't actually engage with it, he's still gonna get to stand on it, which is pretty good if you ask me. Let's, there you go. Turn toward the camera, there you go, smile. Yeah, oh, you're just unscrewing the neck, aren't you? There we go. Arm up in celebration of being the first guy to ride a mega horse, which is, you know, the size of a regular pony. But for Lego inspired, it's very big. Oh, this is fantastic. We got our guy. He's on a horse, even if he's not quite riding it. We'll forgive him for that. And we've got so much more of the castle. This is so exciting. Like I said at the beginning, like I'm now like enclosed by the castle. We've got walls that are coming up to like where I have to strain to look over. We've got walls that are too high for me to look over. It's fully taller and bigger than me. I'm very excited. There is, as you can also see, so much more left to build. So I hope you are subscribed so you don't miss any of this progress, and I just hope you'll join on this journey watching this whole thing be built. If you're looking for a fun way to support this project, you should check out the website niftystuff.com. That's NFTI stuff.com. NFTI.com, where you can get things like your name on a floor plate or on a brick. Both of those are things you can get as a group or individually. And once I get the order in, I print them off and they get added to the set. So if the camera is on them, you're gonna see your name popping up. And I do try to make sure that these will all go somewhere that once the set is finished, they'll be visible. So it's not gonna be like a brick that gets buried in a corner somewhere, never to be seen again. And if you think watching is fun, but building yourself is cooler, I am selling some of the 3D files. Now, I am still working up to having one big compilation file that has like all of the different parts in it. But I am adding more to what I had before. So previously released was just the end piece brick, the middle piece brick, and the stud that screws into both of those. However, I'm now adding all of the other shapes of bricks. That's all of the different sides with the dovetailing and locking mechanisms in it, in both the brick height and the plate height. So we have more options still going up. This is still for early adopters. I am still working toward making a more cohesive package with all of the bricks I'm using, along with a few variations that will make using them a little bit easier and instructions on the best ways to print them. So if you can't wait for that, you can get in on it early and get started printing and experimenting and playing around with your own bricks. That is also at niftystuff.com, so check that out if you are just so eager to try and build your own stuff. Shh, here, have some grass. Have some grass. No? All right. What do you think we should name this guy? Well, we're going to be discussing that over on the Discord, so if you want to be part of that, you should come join. Sure you don't want some grass? It's good. All right. Your loss.